Tua Tagovailoa steps into this week, carrying a weight that does not appear on any injury report, but still follows him everywhere. It clings to every conversation, every debate, every uneasy silence surrounding the Miami Dolphins. 3 straight wins should feel comforting, yet nothing around this team feels settled. Instead, the air is thick with questions that refuse to leave. His accuracy, his timing, his sudden dips in confidence, the uneasy feeling that the offense is moving forward while he remains caught somewhere between hesitation and belief. Everyone notices. Everyone waits. Everyone wonders what version of him will show up next. And now the stage is New York. Not a gentle environment. Not a setting built for calm. A place where the cold cuts through whatever composure a quarterback tries to hold on to. Forecast under 40 degrees. A detail that might be minor for some, but has turned into an uncomfortable chapter in Tagovailoa's story. Those past outings in freezing weather linger like a reminder he never asked for. Will he rewrite that pattern or fall into it again? That question grows louder as the week moves along, echoing in every comment and every glance toward the practice field. Miami's offense has leaned on the run during this winning stretch, as if trying to protect him from the spotlight that insists on finding him. The strategy works enough to keep the team afloat, but it also exposes something deeper, a hesitation to place full control in his hands right now. The Dolphins move the ball, yes, but the sense of authority that once came from their passing game feels scattered. Every first-quarter throw seems to carry a hidden test. Every decision becomes an unspoken evaluation, and the more this dynamic grows, the more the pressure circles around him. Still, he is playing on Sunday. No limitations listed, no questionable designation, no public doubt from the team. He will start. He will face the cold. He will walk into a setting that has never welcomed him kindly. And he will try to prove that the past does not dictate what happens next. Yet the numbers hang there for everyone to see. Miami is winless when he plays in temperatures under 46 degrees. This pattern refuses to disappear quietly. It keeps returning, asking the same question over and over. What happens to him when the weather turns harsh? Tagovailoa does not dodge the conversation. He acknowledges the criticism openly, as if facing it head-on might loosen its grip. When asked about the cold conditions and the commentary surrounding his struggles, he speaks about mindset, about approach, about something internal that must rise above whatever the environment brings. It sounds calm, measured, almost reflective. But can mentality reshape a situation that has already defined so many of his toughest outings? That remains the mystery heading into this week. The Jets' defense is not the forgiving type. It presses the quarterback. It disrupts rhythm. It thrives on exactly the kind of hesitation that has crept into Tagovailoa's game. They know how to disguise looks. They know how to crowd passing lanes. They know how to force quarterbacks into decisions that come half a second later than intended. And that half second is the margin that has separated Tagovailoa's sharpest moments from his most puzzling ones this season. How will he respond when the first few drives test his comfort? Will he settle in, or will the environment push him into those patterns that Miami has been trying to shake? There is a noticeable tension when people speak about him lately. Some stand by him without hesitation, insisting he can overcome this stretch. Others point to every misstep as evidence that the team is approaching a crossroads. And then comes the group stuck in the middle, uncertain whether to trust what they once saw or what they see now. Every conversation feels like a tug of war between belief and impatience. And this upcoming game sits right in the middle of that emotional conflict. Earlier in the season, the Dolphins looked like a machine. Timing, spacing, confidence, everything clicked with ease. Tagovailoa distributed the ball with precision, almost with a sense of inevitability. Drives flowed. Receivers created separation, and he found them with a quick flick of the wrist. There was a feeling of continuity, a sense that the offense would remain synchronized for months. And then slowly, piece by piece, something shifted, not dramatically, but subtly enough to create ripple effects. A slight delay here, a forced throw there. Decisions that once felt natural now appeared strained. And once those cracks appeared, the narrative changed. Analysts dissected his mechanics. Debates grew louder. Questions multiplied. Not because he suddenly became a different quarterback, but because NFL momentum can flip the entire tone of a season with only a few uncomfortable performances. Now every snap feels heavier than it should. Every misfire seems symbolic. Every interception becomes a new entry in the ongoing argument about where his level truly stands. That weight accompanies him into this matchup. The cold only amplifies it. The winless record in low temperatures adds a layer of tension that even the most determined speech cannot erase. There is a sense that this game carries meaning beyond standings or playoff positioning. It feels like a moment in which the team, the fans, and maybe even Tagovailoa himself could gain or lose clarity about his trajectory. Miami's coaches know this. They understand that protecting him too much sends the wrong message, but exposing him too aggressively could unsettle everything. They must find balance without broadcasting their concerns. How do they call a game that asks enough of him without overwhelming him? Do they rely on the run again? Or do they push the passing game early to force rhythm? Every choice on the sideline will reflect the underlying tension surrounding this matchup. And through all this, Tagovailoa stands as a figure caught between what he has shown in the past and what he has struggled to maintain now. There is something inherently human about his situation. The effort to grow while external expectations accelerate faster than personal evolution. He knows that one strong performance can calm an entire fan base, just as one shaky quarter can reignite every uneasy debate. He is living in a space where each throw feels like both an opportunity and a verdict. The team's recent victories do not erase that feeling. They help, but they do not quiet the concern. Miami needs more from its quarterback, not because he has failed, but because the AFC landscape demands something steadier, something bolder. The Dolphins have built an offense designed to thrive on timing and confidence. But both elements waver when doubt creeps in, and doubt has been creeping in more often than the team would like to admit. Now comes a game that presents itself almost like a mirror. Cold, uncomfortable, challenging at every level. A setting that tests not just skill but resilience. A chance for him to claim ground that has slipped away. Or a moment that deepens the questions that have followed him all year. Will he seize it? Will he waver? Will he surprise? Not even the team can predict that. They can only prepare. As Sunday approaches, everything feels suspended in anticipation. The Dolphins wait to see how he responds. The fans hold onto hope mixed with unease. The analysts sharpen their observations, ready to praise or criticize, depending on how the first few drives unfold. And Tagovailoa stands at the center of all of this, carrying both the potential and the uncertainty that surround him. Nothing about this situation feels simple. Nothing feels guaranteed. And that is what makes this moment so charged. Because beneath all the talk about mechanics, weather, history, and pressure lies the core question that shapes everything else. Can he rise in the exact moment when so many believe he cannot? That answer arrives soon. And no matter how it unfolds, this game will echo far beyond 4 quarters. It will shape conversations, decisions, and expectations for weeks, maybe longer.